Yes. Yugi against Seeker, and what I did have was a note left by this duel, and it said speed up 250%. This one went for 47 minutes, and by the note that was left with just one word, and that word is arse. So I will assume that this match wasn't really that exciting. So yes, it's been sped up to prevent us 47 minutes of boredom. As we see Yellow Luster Shield, Yugi did play Obnoxious Celtic Guard. It's not like Seeker's gonna destroy it with anything anyway, so the effect is a bit obsolete. Summon Skull has come to the field and destroy Giant Soldier of Stone. And there's Scapegoat. Okay, Yugi has pulled Alpha, the Magnet Warrior. He's got Queen's Knight as well. Down goes Queen's Knight. So 2 sheep tokens will be able to be removed here. And what has Seeker got in response? He goes with Block Attack, and he's used that on Summon Skull. And Monster Reborn. Okay. So what, he can bring back Obnoxious Celtic Guard and get rid of Skull. And there we see it. So, okay, that's decent play from Seeker, to be honest, to get rid of Summon Skull. There's Soul Taker. So, Alpha the Magnet Warrior. In Queen's Knight, there goes a Goat Token and Obnoxious Celtic Guard. 4 cards for Seeker. He plays Card Trader, so he can throw a card back to his deck from his hand and pull a new one. As we see Mystical Elf now come to the field and destroys a Goat Token. So 2,900 points off Seeker. He's down to 5,000. Yugi's still at 8, of course. He's not really going to lose by life points against Seeker, although Seeker did actually get a attack win a few duels ago. And oh, there's Dark Magician Girl. There's Baphomet as well. Yugi tributes Mystical Elf. And a 2,500 defense, so Yugi likely going to have some trouble getting that off the field. And Seeker now with 2 defensives. Oh, there's Card Destruction as well. Yugi's original starter deck had Card Destruction. He's also got Chain Destruction there as well. So Yugi does have some strategies around getting cards from the hand to the graveyard. So that's why Card Destruction is in there. I can't remember if he played it in the anime. I don't remember him using it in the anime, but it was in his original starter deck, like his real world starter deck. So it's been left in there over from Duelist Kingdom. And well, all Yugi has to be sure of is that Seeker is holding one of the Exodia pieces. Yugi does have other cards in his deck that can attack the hand as well. As we see Jar of Greed. Dark Magician Girl comes back to the field. It attacked Wall of Illusion, that's how it got back to the hand. And Yugi has now drawn Slifer. He does also have Exchange as well. That can also upset Seeker's hand, but from the effect of Card Destruction, we did see that an Exodia piece has already gone to the graveyard. And now it's just a matter of time until Yugi can finally get through that defense, as Magic Formula, which was played, was destroyed by Mystical Space Typhoon. There's Stumbling, so that's just going to make the duel take longer. Yugi does have Slifer in his hand. He does have Buster Blader as well. He elects to pass that turn. The Buster Blader would be able to start getting cards off the field, but Yugi might be looking for a... maybe looking for Slifer here as well. Oh, and the Dark Door. Only 1 monster can attack per battle. Yugi is lower on card count, so in theory, Seeker can still win on card count. As we turn, change, there's Archfiend of Gilfa. Yugi's obviously waiting for something. He could have played Buster Blader by now, but he's elected not to. He can still only attack with 1 monster per turn. Oh, and there was Dark Core. from Seeker. Probably a good thing. Ah, maybe that's what he's waiting for. I mean, is it really any better? Anyway, Dark Paladin comes to the field. It's a rare card. We don't see it very often, but it's on the field. As we see, just another turn skip from Seeker. There's King's Knight. That's a 1600. And Yugi now appears to be starting to chip away at that defense. Wall of Illusion is still on the field. Oh, there's Swords of Revealing Light. Maybe. Oh, Dark Paladin can block that with its effect as well. Big Shield Guard. Alright, next turn, Yugi could get Slifer onto the field. I think that's what he was initially going for, but he stopped drawing monsters until he drew Polymerization and fused Buster Blader and Dark Magician into Dark Paladin. So Slifer will have 3,000 points, but it's still... Well, magic cards can't affect it on its summoning, but... Yugi, though, he's still only able to get rid of one card at a time. Dark Paladin can block spell cards that Seeker activates by discarding a card. Dark Paladin's not a bad card, it's just very difficult. Oh, actually, it's not even that difficult to summon, really, is it? Oh, there's D-Spell. Okay, you can get rid of the Dark Door. Yugi can now attack with 2 monsters per turn. And there go 2 of them. Wall of Illusion still sitting on the field, so something may have to go back to hand. There is Kuribo. And Sangan. And Seeker... I don't think Seeker would last another 10 turns at this stage. Slifer has 5,000 attack points. Alright, there's Beta the Magnet Warrior. Imagine if Yugi gets Valkyrion to the field as well. Oh, he's attacked with Dark Paladin. Okay. Oh, he could have put... Oh, Magnet Warrior was put in defense by stumbling, but it's only a matter of time now, I think. There's Brain Control. Gamma is to defense. Down goes Soul Tiger, and Seeker, I do believe, is probably only going to last an extra turn or 2. Oh, he's just Brain Controlled Slifer. It won't do enough damage. But, I mean, Yugi just activates Kuribo then as well to guard his life points anyway. And Slifer now comes back to Yugi's field. There's Valkyrion for what good it can do now. Oh, Witch of the Black Forest. So it would appear that Seeker is running out of cards to defend himself with. His deck count is now under Yugi's as well. Wow, 46 turns, 47 now. That would have been a long, long duel. And there we see it. Slifer at 6,000. Yugi picked up win number 1. And the second match here, perspective will be flipped. How different the 250 speed does to game music. So I do plan at some stage to re-add my own music to it. I haven't written any for a while. I've been meaning to get back into it. I will do soon. Whenever I do my Pokemon solo runs, I usually use my own songs in the backing because I have to, because the game audio gets destroyed when I speed the game up. Alright, Yugi sacrifices Queen's Knight, and we see Dark Magician Girl once again. So, only at 2,000... Oh, there's Stumbling. Man, Seeker's duels, they take so long, and it's because of cards like Stumbling and the Dark Door. Very strategic, but very slow. And very difficult for Seeker also to summon Exodia because Yugi has exchange. He has cards to affect the hand as well. Seeker, though, getting a lot of defense to the field. There's Supply Squad as well. So Seeker wanting to draw those Exodia cards as quickly as he possibly can. As we see Baphomet. So Yugi will get Gazelle out of the deck as well from that. There's the Shard of Greed. Yugi's just flipped up Light of Intervention, so all monsters have to be played face up. You can still set them, but they'll be set face up. There's Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts. I used to think that you could set cards face up back when I used to play this as a kid. I didn't know that when you set cards, by default, usually they have to go face down. We used to play them face up from our hand in defense as well. And there's Slifer, 6,000 attack points. There's Swords of Concealing Light and Monster Reborn. So Seeker looking just to keep up the defense here. He's only got one Exodia piece in his hand. And it's likely that Yugi has probably already drawn Exchange or something. Well, he's just used Dispel. And he's used it on Supply Squad, so maybe he hasn't. There's Cup of Ace. Two more cards. There's two Exodia pieces, and he gets the coin toss wrong. DD Trainer comes to the field, and look at Slifer now with 9,000 attack points. 8,000 now, but Slifer almost hit 10k. Almost hit 10k. So the likelihood that Yugi has probably drawn Exchange, he just wants to be absolutely sure that Seeker does have an Exodia piece, and by now, he definitely would. Mind you, it is possible for Seeker to draw all his Exodia by this stage. He does still have Swords of Concealing Light as well. He's still got Scapegoat there too. Alright, Tribute from Yugi, and it is the Dark Magician. So Dark Magician and Slifer now both on field stumbling. Puts Dark Magician to defense mode. And there is the third Exodia piece. Ah, so there you go. Swords of Concealing Light doesn't flip them face down because Light of Intervention is on the field. Can they still not attack? I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, Yugi's just pulled card destruction anyway. Although Yugi is low on card count, he could run out. There's Stumbling. Okay, I guess Swords of Concealing Light doesn't work if Light of Intervention is on the field. Because Slifer just attacked. So there's Dark Core. And Slifer is banished. Okay, Yugi will have to do this without his Egyptian God. He does have Dark Magician on the field though, which is still available to him. There's Exodia's head. Exodia pieces have already gone to the graveyard. Again, it's 28 turns already in this one. This duel, like I said, it had a runtime on its raw file of 47 minutes and just had the note with the word arse written on it. So I will assume that means the duel wasn't any good, and it looks very much like that. We saw Dark Paladin at least, but that's why Seeker duels on occasion have been sped up like this, because they take too long, as Seeker has drawn all of Exodia's pieces out of his deck. If he had Exodia Necros right now, is it? Exodia Necros, or Contract with Exodia, where all the Exodia pieces are in the graveyard and you get like an unbeatable Exodia to the field, which has like 1800 attack, but it can't, like, it literally can't be destroyed by anything. It's immune to spells and traps. It can't be destroyed by battle. I think it's immune to spells and traps. I'd have to read the effect again. In the anime, Kaiba went up against it when he was against Geyseboro. There's Swords of Revealing Light. Ooh. It's going to give Seeker a chance to get some more defense to his field. And Yugi has just played Exchange. And Seeker picked Monster Reborn. I don't know why Yugi did that exactly, but... There is Kuribo. Swords of Revealing Light is still active, and there is Summon Skull. So there is a lot of attack power. Down goes Monster Reborn. Dark Magician Girl. But Stumbling will put her to defense mode. Seeker was maybe hoping that Stumbling wouldn't work on a special summon to get rid of Summon Skull, but it didn't work. Another defensive shield is on the field though. Yugi now has 4 monsters on field. He's only got 4 cards in his deck though. Seeker's got 5. And Seeker also has a Sangan in his hand. Oh, there's Brain Control. There's Venom Cobra. So he takes Buster Blader. And goes after Summon Skull. Yugi might actually outdraw his deck here. Oh, 3 turns. No, Seeker doesn't have enough on the field to be able to get through 3 turns. Well, they've very nearly drawn their whole deck. There's Soul Tiger. And I do believe on the next turn this one may be over. Oh, it will now. Oh no, Stumbling. 32 and 16 is 48, so Seeker's going to have 200 points. And Yugi is down to just 2 cards in his deck. But it's all over. Down goes Sangan. And Wall of Illusion was drawn from the deck. Seeker and Yugi both down to 1 card in their deck. I'll tell you what, there's an exciting prospect to that, but oh, the duel just takes way too long. Well, there we see. That is how Yugi was able to overcome Seeker in the end, both having 1 card left in their deck. Let's head over to the Battle City. To the charts. All right, Yugi has beaten Seeker. We've got Seto Kaiba going up against Esperoba, so no doubt Mokuba will be keeping an eye on that to make sure nobody's cheating to beat big older brother. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for leaving all the comments as well. Again, I am trying to get back to them as quickly as I can. Thanks all for tuning in, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.